All right, so I'm Chris, writer and creator of Wurst. Quarter of the way through the season, we just finished recording episode 4, and we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about the show. Initially, when this began, it started as an attempted video production, which took me out to this games and hobby shop called Arcana out in Washington, New Jersey. It's owned by a couple of really good friends of mine, Lee and Liz. If anybody, especially my Jersey audience, is actually interested in going over there, like I said, it's called Arcana. You can reach them at 908-223-1120, or go stop by and visit them at 25 East Washington Avenue in Washington, New Jersey. It's awesome. I definitely recommend going out there. Maybe you'll even run into the cast of Van Wurst. Anyway, while I was there trying to do this video, this guy comes up to me and he starts asking me about the dead cat on my microphone on top of the camera. And at the time, I had absolutely no idea what he was talking about. I actually had a sound guy who would come out during the video times to work with me. He was sick that day. I was out there trying to get it done, and it just wasn't happening. But that's when I realized that, man, I really don't know anything about this. Started looking into it more and more. Started out in a little bit of music production and really liked it, really enjoyed the work. Then a friend of mine introduced me to podcasting. I started looking into that, and I fell in love with a show called Welcome to Night Vale. And from there, it just ended up where we are today, doing the show Van Wurst. The show itself is inspired by 3 different TV series. It's inspired by Supernatural, Van Helsing, and Workaholics. I put all 3 into a blender, and out came this jaded, cynical vampire hunter who I'm hoping you're all enjoying. All he really wants to do is sit around on his couch and collect money and pay his bills and really not do anything. Anyway, let's hear from the cast. We have Jared Dahl, who plays Van Wurst.
I am going to kill every last one of them.
Go away, Jerry!
Damn it, Earl, just go do it.
And Squeak Attack, who plays Viscount Earl and Jerry.
Way to reclaim your title.
Yeah, we can have a pillow fight later, too.
You're letting them get away?
So guys, Jared, we'll talk to you. How do you feel about being a quarter of the way through the season?
I like it. I've enjoyed it so far. I enjoy the script. It's been a good series, and I like seeing my own personal improvements at some parts. It's kind of nice, and I'd like to see where it all goes.
All right, so we're going to have to tell this story. Do you want to tell them about how creepy I was when I asked you to be on the show?
You may go right ahead.
All right, so we're sitting at work, because we all work together, but we're sitting there, and I hear this deep voice, and I've been planning out this project for a while, and I hear this voice, and all you see is a head pop up over a cubicle, look down and go, "Hey, do you want to be on a podcast?" And the look you gave me was amazing.
Eyebrow raised, and I was like, is this a joke? I'm not getting where it's going.
and it just kind of went from there.
After that, he pretty much asked me if I wanted to be on it, and I was like, are you joking or not? And he's like, nah, I could use a voice actor. And I was like, well, that's kind of funny. I want to maybe try to build a portfolio and see if there's anything that I can do in this, because I enjoy, joking around a lot, so I figure some entertainment might be a way to go. And I've enjoyed this a lot so far, a lot. And I thank everybody who's watched or listened, or all the people at our work as well who have followed us.
Right on. And going with that, how do you feel about your character, like your character specifically?
I love. Chris also allows us to take a lot of our own personal spins on our characters, so we definitely we do that a little bit. But for the most part, what I would imagine a vampire hunter being, my personal version of a vampire hunter, is fairly meshed up to what Chris's version of a goofy vampire hunter would be. So I honestly have no problem stepping into the character.
So you would definitely be that vampire hunter who's like, ah, God, I can kidnap this vampire and not ever work, or I can work, and you would just kidnap the vampire.
Personally, I'd probably have more fun with the job, but yeah, if that was the way to keep the rent paid and everybody wins. Yeah, who's not gonna cash a free check?
All right, up next we're gonna talk to Squeak Attack here, who he dual wields characters.
Oh yeah. Actually, I triple wield character. Like I'm a characterception actually.
Out of Viscount, Earl, and Jerry, which one's your favorite?
Honestly, fans. Do I want to side with you, or do I want to be the consummate contrarian?
Some of the message we have gotten are definitely in favor of
A
of
certain character,
one.
yes, and I'm actually gonna have to agree with the fans. Jerry all the way. It's not that I don't like playing the Viscount. It's actually interesting to see all the different directions he goes in, because he does sort of move in kind of he walks to his own beat. He moves in like a zigzag, whereas you look at Jerry, and Jerry's just kind of one note. You always know how he's going to respond. Yet there's just something so fun about being such a jerk to people sometimes, you know? And I like the way that Jerry allows me to get my anger out on society without actually doing anything to society. Or for society.
Now, I remember when I first pitched the show to you, I had oral hygiene planned, and I was telling you about the big gimmick with that, and you were like, that sounds amazing, and I want to work on that. Like, did you know you wanted to be on the show right there, or were you just kind of blasé, knowing about it type thing?
Honestly, I was pretty, as you say, blasé about it. I had wanted to start some sort of news program for quite a while. The only difference was I really didn't know anything about sound engineering, anything about, certainly about procuring music, the legality of it all, yada, yada. And so we started talking. I heard about your project. You heard about my ideas. And we kind of came to a bit of an agreement as to a way that we can make this work. And as it turns out, I'm having a ton of fun doing the voices for Van Wurst, as you can probably imagine. And, well, aside from certain things, you seem to be having a pretty good time with Squeak Attack as well.
Yeah. Everybody's winning. In general, the direction the season's going now, obviously, we know about where the story's going in itself. Are you guys feeling good about getting through to the halfway point of the season, and then when we really get into the meat of the actual story, you guys looking forward to that?
Actually, I've currently really been enjoying a lot of collaboration with Chris himself. We've actually, I think, halfway into this season, we kind of started seeing a new direction, and we started really making a world out of this, and started building a lot of new stuff. And I do enjoy I enjoy everything up until now, and things to come do sound very awesome.
And I feel very similar. I'm just like you, Chris. I'm the kind of guy who likes to have things planned out in advance. So I think it's awesome that we do have an idea as to at least where we want this arc of the story, this chunk of this story to go. And you guys at home are going to love where we're going to be taking this. I feel like based on what we've discussed so far, everything feels like it's very organic, and it's going to continue to grow in a very organic manner. So, yeah, you guys are going to love what you're about to see.
Well, I'm going to say I hope that you love what you see next. I mean, I am enjoying it, and I believe Chris is enjoying it. And I also want to say thank you to Chris as well, because all in all, what happened here was there was 3 people who were all just working at one job, and you know what? We all had one little area that we wanted to go into a little bit and check out, and Chris managed to get us together, and we're actually making something and moving in a good direction. So thanks, everybody. Thank you, Chris. And
I gotta thank you guys, because without you guys volunteering, because we all know how much I pay you in pizza,
Hey, that's good pizza.
it wouldn't be happening. We wouldn't be going where we are today. But I'm really looking forward to, especially the climax of the season. I'm loving a lot of the feedback we're getting. Jared's loving a lot of the feedback we're getting, Australia. And
thank you.
But yeah, actually, though, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think the most important group of people that we need to thank are you guys at home. Because without you, we may not have continued the project to where we're continuing. We're getting a lot of feedback on social media. We have a lot of fans all over the world, and we want to keep giving you guys a great show. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every one of you hearing this, and each and every one of you who watches our show every couple of weeks. You guys are awesome.
And not just you guys at home, you on the road, you out on the sea, everybody. I mean, you cross country, you in the air, thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely thanks to everybody, everybody working on it and everybody listening to it. We genuinely appreciate the support. We're going to keep giving you guys, hopefully, more hilarity and reasons to tune in. But until then, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
Rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes and Podcast Addict or whatever form you use to listen to our podcast.
I don't think you can review on a Podcast Addict.
You can't?
I don't think you can do that. But try anyway.
And if the people who make Podcast Addict are hearing this, please add a review section. We would really appreciate it. We'd love it.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here and looking forward to dropping the next episode next week. We're going to give you a little bit of a sneak here. It's titled Ghost Stories, and we really think it's something special, and you guys are going to like it. We're introducing actors that we never worked with before, and I think they did a fantastic job, and I can't wait to really let you guys see this.
From the bottom of our hearts, this is Van Wurst. Thank you.
All right, guys, let's get out of here.